In this video, we'll take a look at creating the orthographic drawing for the safety key. First off, we know it's in inches. And secondly, one thing we should notice is this part is symmetrical in the top view. That should key us to the fact that we could use our mirror tool to speed up our design process. It does have a hole. We'll take a look at hole placement, horizontal and vertical placement, as well as diameter. This hole does go all the way through, which will lead us to create hidden lines and a center line in the front and, in the top and the right side view. Angle projection, 60 degrees. If we have our snap set to 15-degree increments, this should be easy to come by. So here we go. I went ahead and set up my overall length, width, and height. I again used a 1.5 inch spacing in between the views, and we're going to go from here. At 1.12 inches up, we have a horizontal line that comes across. So I'm going to shrink this one back, 1.12. In the top, this distance across the top is 1.12. Just double checking. Tab to get the secondary dimension or overall length of the line, 1.12. And we can start connecting these. This is an edge. I drop it straight down, and this will project across. There is a notch here in this front section, and I don't know if this is good practice or not, but I'm going to take my dimensions where I don't have any other real constraints and then move them over. So if I drop this straight down 0.44 and then bring it over 0.76, I can now take these two lines and move them into position. Again, I don't know if that's the best way to do it, but it most certainly is an option. I'm going to suck this one back. In this front view, we do have a hole. The fact that you are given diameter, I would change your hole or your circle construction so that you are creating this circle based off a diameter dimension. The diameter is 0.56, and we have to set the placement. So that's going to be hard to come by at this point. I would suggest that you draw a couple guidelines to create this. I'm going to just change the color so you can see the difference. It is 1.38 horizontal placement, and it is a 0.56 vertical placement. Again, I'm going to double check. Yes, and it's a 1/2 inch diameter hole. So now when I go to create the circle, since the circle creates from the center out, I know exactly where the center is going to go. 1/2 inch diameter. I'm just going to remove these guidelines for the time being. So dimensionally, this is about all we can get. We're going to get more dimensional information from the top view. Being that this top view is symmetrical, I would create an axis, or what you're going to mirror about. Whether you construct the top section or the bottom section really is up to you. We want an overall angle of 60 degrees. Since I'm going to mirror this, I am going to just create an angle of 30 degrees. And you will see that I am at 150 degrees. This is the inverse angle. And I am just going to extend this out, and I will trim this off or drag this back later. This end right here, since I've already created it, I can drag this and project it. From here, I can measure in 1/2 inch and connect to that angled line. At this point, I could trim this off my trimming body, and what I want to remove. This line here does extend all the way across, but I'm only going to go to this line down the middle, my axis, or line to mirror about. And from here, I'm going to use this line, pull this in 0.4, measure over 1/2 inch. There's a line that goes across the top. I'm going to draw another line at 0.2. And this should end up being 0.5 on this back edge. From here, I'm going to mirror these components. The components that I want to mirror, I'm selecting them. Right click. Oh, I forgot a line. I'm going to just select them. Mirror. I want to mirror about this line. And no, I do not want to erase the source object. And delete my bisecting line, my line to mirror about. I'm going to clean up this end. I'm going to trim this one off. And since I'm in the trim tool, I'm going to trim this one off. I do have a projection from the front view, that notch in the front, and I'm going to quickly take care of that a little more accurately. Again, it's not a bad idea to double check. 0.76, I got 0.76. Projection from top to front. This will be a hidden line that runs all the way through. I will have a hidden line that comes across the top here, but I do not have that reference at this point. And this vertice, where that 30-degree angle hit the edge, that is an object line. Project the circle information, a hidden line, what will become a hidden line, the corresponding hidden line, and what will be a center line. I'm going to take this projection off. Knowing that I'm going to need to project this circle information, not only am I going to copy this, but I'm going to rotate it and then place it over here. I'm going to project features right now from front view to right side. I'm going to bring a mark for the center once I rotate this. I do have some information from the top view that I need to project over and down. This will be a hidden line, and so will this. And yes, you could mirror. I need this line, and this one has a depth of 0.4, and this will come across eventually. But now that I set the one side, the other side should line up much easier. And we're just going to start cleaning this one up. Oh, that edge is there. Now this edge, for that little stepped cut in the front. That hits here and ends here. The central axis, I'm just going to use the midpoint instead of projecting it all the way around. And this one as well. So I'm going to start cleaning this one up. Projection lines, projection lines, projection lines. I'm going to leave that one. And one factor that we have to look at is the fact that object lines override hidden lines, which typically in AutoCAD is not a problem due to the fact that the dash marks will not show up where they overlap. And this one needs to be pulled in to represent that angle cut on this face. So now is a matter of, oops, I forgot to trim this one off. I'm going to set my hidden lines that I have created. Oh shoot, I didn't bring this object line over. That will be a hidden line as well. I'm going to select what I want to be hidden lines. This will be a hidden line, and this will be a hidden line, and so will these two for the whole. So these will all be hidden too. Take off our projection lines. Here in the top, this will be a center line. Does need to extend out past the edge of the object. And now I'm going to take this information, I'm going to create a copy, copy section. I'm just going to place it off to the side somewhere where it won't interfere with anything else. Now I'm going to take these and rotate them. Select an axis that you want to rotate on. Rotate. I want to rotate it, there we go, 90 degrees. And now I'm going to move them into position instead of projecting this information twice. My object lines. This was to help me line it up. That is now complete. All I should have left is creating a center mark for the whole. I'm going to remove my projection lines so I can prepare to dimension this part.